ಹಾಯ್ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಾನು ವಿಜಯ್ ಕುಮಾರ್, ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್. ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಕೂದೂರಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಅಸೆಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಪ್ನೀಸ್ ಎಂಬ ಚಾಪ್ಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಅಂಡರ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಪ್ರಾವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ in case of assessment of companies, we have to compute the tax liability of company under normal provisions and MAT provisions. Whichever is greater, that is the actual tax liability payable by company. That is why first we have to understand how to compute the tax liability of the company under normal provision of Income Tax Act. Okay. In order to computing the tax liability of the company, the following steps should be followed. There are 3 steps for calculation of tax liability of company. Step 1, computation of income from business of company. Step 2, computation of total income of company. Step 3, computation of tax liability of company under normal provisions. Okay, let us understand one by one. Step 1, computation of income from business. In order to computing the income from business of company, the following format you have to use. Particulars rupees. First you have to take net profit or loss as per profit and loss account in the outer column, for which we have to add the following items. You have to add first one, disallowed or inadmissible or not allowable expenses and losses already debited to profit and loss account. If any inadmissible expenses as per income tax, if it is already debited to profit and loss account, they should be added back to profit. That is why you have to take that amount in the inner column amount. Then second one, business incomes not credited to profit and loss account. Any business income but not credited to profit and loss account, that is also have to add back to the profit. Next, third one, overvaluation of opening stocks. Means if any opening stocks overvalued during the previous year, such overvalued amount also have to add back to the profit, because that overvalued opening stock got reducing the profits. That is why that is also to add back to profit. Next, fourth one, undervaluation of closing stock. If any closing stocks got undervalued, such undervalued closing stock amount should be added back to the profit. Okay, these are all the items you have to add it back to the profits. Okay, next, less. The following items you have to deduct from the profit. First one, allowed or allowable or admissible expenses and losses which are not debited to profit and loss account. If any expenses which are allowed as per the income tax but it is not debited to profit and loss account, such expenses should be minus from the profit. Second, incomes credited to profit and loss account but chargeable to tax under other heads of incomes. That means those incomes which are taxable under other heads of incomes but it is credited to profit and loss account of the company, such income to be deducted. That is second one. Next, 3, exempted incomes credited to profit and loss account. Any incomes which are exempted as per income tax rules but they are credited to profit and loss account of the company, that is also you have to minus. Next, fourth one, undervaluation of opening stocks. Okay, that is an opposite to overvaluation of opening stock. Any undervaluation of opening stocks during the year, such undervalued amount you have to deduct it from the profit. Next, fifth one, overvaluation of closing stock. If any closing stocks got overvalued, that overvalued amount also you have to deduct. Okay, these are the okay, less items, you have to make a total that to be deducted from the profits. Then you will going to get the income from business or loss from business. From that, if any brought forward business loss or brought forward unabsorbed depreciation, you have to minus. They are the set of losses. That set of losses you have to deducted from the income of the business of company. Less brought forward business loss. Only 8 assessment years preceding previous year is eligible for deductions from the income of the company. Next, brought forward unabsorbed depreciation. Any depreciation of the preceding previous year not deducted from the profit, such depreciation amount can be brought forwarded, can be deducted from the income of the company. These are the two items you have to deducted. If you minus this, then you will going to get the total taxable income from business of company. This is the step 1, computation of income from business. Next, let us go to second step, that is computation of total income. Step 2 is computation of total income. In order to compute the total income, the following format you have to use. First, you have to take particulars, rupees. The first head of income, income from house property, if any. That means if any house property let out by the company from which they are getting any income, that is also taxable. That is why that is one of the head of income. It is taxable in the hands of the company. Next, second one, income from business or professions. That is what you computed in the step 1. That amount you have to take it in the year. That amount you have to take here. Next, third head of income, income from capital gains. If any income from capital gains, that is also you have to take. That is the one of the head of income, that is also taxable in the hands of the company if any capital gains. Next head of incomes, income from other sources. This is also one of the head of the income, that is also taxable in the hands of company if any income from other sources, that is also you have to take. Okay, from that less set of losses, that is inter-head adjustments. You have seen that in the income tax subjects, set of losses and carry forward losses. Any losses of any one head of income that can be set off against to other heads of income, that is already you have studied. Okay, that any inter-head adjustments that you have to deduct it as set of losses. If you minus that, you will going to get the gross total income. Gross total income. From this gross total incomes, the company can claim deduction under section 80G to 80LA, that the company can minus less deduction under section 80G to 80LA. Okay, if you minus this, you will going to get total income. This is the format for computation of total income of the company. Next, step 3, computation of tax liability under normal provisions. Already I said that the company must compute the tax liabilities both under normal provisions as well as MAT provisions. Whichever is greater, the company actually they are liable to pay tax to government. Yes, this is the form of for computation of tax liability under normal provisions. Okay, serial number, type of incomes, tax rate, amount. Not necessary to write this, but only for your purpose I have given this column. Okay, right. Income from house property, the rate of tax for the present previous year is 30%. Next, income from business, 30% or sometimes 25% also. If the gross turnover less than 250 crores, the rate of tax is for domestic company 30%, 25%. If gross turnover is more than 250 crores, the rate of tax is 30%. Next is income from capital gains. If it is a income from capital gains, that is also taxable. Tax on long term capital gain not liable for security transaction tax if indexation 10%, without 20% with indexation, 10% without indexations. Next, tax on long term capital gain liable for security transaction tax, that is exempted under section 10 subsection 38. Then tax on short term capital gain liable for security transaction tax, 15% is the rate of tax. Next, income from other sources or casual incomes, winning from lottery, crossword puzzles, bettings, horses, card games, etc. The rate of tax is 25% or 30%, depends upon the nature of incomes. Then you are going to get, if you add all this, you are going to get the total tax. For this you have to add surcharge if any, based on the total incomes, that surcharge is applicable. If you add surcharge, then you are going to get the total tax plus surcharge. For this you have to add health and education cess at 4% on total tax plus surcharge. Then you are going to get the total tax liability of the company for the previous year. Okay, this is the procedures for computation of tax liability under normal provisions. Problems on computation of tax liability under normal problems I will explain in the next video. Thank you.